Yo. That shit corny. I hate saying yo. Like I don't know.
All that.
I don't know how else to start this shit. Like for real. But Temple on the Cloud, Conscious Contraband. Goddamn it. Podcast, the first one.
You already know.
Before we get anything started, I want to say shout out to Jasmine. Jasmine is working right now, guys. She is busting her ass like the workaholic she is. Jasmine, we love you.
Don't know how to take a fucking day off.
We love you, Jasmine. She's upset right now because you can't be a part of the first one, but it's going to be like hundreds more. So
millions more. Also, man, Napa Ali, Hood Hippie Sleeves couldn't be here, or Divine Cash. So, you know what I mean? Love y'all too, nigga. You know what I mean? There will be millions of more. And we'll definitely have special guests for other ones too. So
damn right. Jasmine's birthday coming up on the 14th, guys, so wish her a happy birthday.
Damn right.
All the Capricorns, send your Capricorn energy.
Unicorn ass motherfuckers.
Sea goat, nigga. Y'all some sea goats. That shit weird.
Like, how do you deal with that?
How do you fight a sea goat?
Like, it's goat up top, and then it's a fucking, what, at the bottom, like a mermaid, right?
Yeah, mermaid. These sea goats.
What the fuck? Like, how do you deal with that? They have no alignment in
speaking on that, I'm listening to Bobby Hemming, right? And he like, so he breaking down. I guess this is where we can start. We can flow on like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's speaking on the, how can I say it? Let me get this straight. I don't want to say nothing wrong, but basically he's speaking on the Baphomet. Okay. And for people that don't know or are confused about exactly what the Baphomet is, the Baphomet is usually that figure you see with the goat head and the titties and the hand up, one hand down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and like the peace sign on the shit, or is
it's
it like a?
I don't know if it's a peace sign, but I know it's like two fingers up and two fingers down.
Together.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So it's like, you know what I mean? And Bobby Hemming would speak. I stand corrected, but he was speaking on the goat is also symbolic and is also on the same lines as the Capricorn. And then he spoke further into how the Capricorn energy is, and it's like I want to say he said it was a constructive energy, like you know what I'm saying. So like it'll make you think like, why would they use that for the devil? It's like a constructive. It's a stern energy.
Of course, it is.
And then the ruling planet is Saturn.
That's funny.
Okay, so when you think about and you do knowledge to what Saturn is to the horoscopes and just energy, Saturn is also a stern type of planet.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
It has a lot of structure to it.
Exactly. And it's crazy, though, because I think Saturn do gas planet, ain't it?
A gas planet?
Yeah, or no, Saturn got the rings on it.
It's the one with the rings on it.
The rings, yeah, so.
I think the gas planet is what?
I'm still new to the Saturn energy, so I know I still
it's a lot of fucking work.
Damn right.
Just thinking about that, horoscopes, period, is fucking crazy. Like,
damn right.
To know that a day that you're born in, or like a region of a time that you're born in, you fall into this category of this is what rules at this moment of time, and this is what you are. It's like, and then think about it. Ain't there like 12 different of them, different ones, or is it 11?
I think 12.
12.
Let's see. We got. I don't know the exact order, but you got Libra.
I thought it starts.
I mean,
it don't fucking matter.
We got phones right here, so it's like we got Google, nigga. Like,
I ain't trying to Google this shit.
I want to know now.
I don't know what starts first. I think it's like either Pisces starts first.
I just know because I'm selfish that Libra is the halfway point. That's all I know.
Yeah.
We the halfway point.
You gotta balance.
Yeah. I think we the halfway point.
I think you are. You should be. Because I know Virgo's like the second to last before the middle.
Let's see. Horoscope. But, in other words, while I'm looking this up, fucking Kason Dego Peso, what the fuck you been on, man?
Man, just fucking moving forward, man. Just staying balanced, man. Just trying to maintain. Life is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? You don't know how much it takes to elevate yourself to another plan, like a different planet or a different plateau of things, because you gotta get rid of the past, man. I was like, oh no. Speaking of that, I was watching Kevin Gates. Shout out to Kevin Gates.
Free that nigga Gates. He out. He back, nigga.
Nah, like I was watching him.
Some more shit.
I was watching him, man, and I was like I was really into his one of his old interviews. I don't know who he was, who the interviewers were, but I remember just watching him, and he was talking about, like, he was being very honest. Like, he was talking about, like, because they was asking about his depression and other stuff like that, and he was saying, like, I just started going through the period of what's the word? Period of like, you know, getting over shit, like cleansing myself, like accepting what it is and trying to grow forward. And he was just talking a lot about like he was like, there's a lot of things that people don't allow themselves to feel or allow themselves to understand. So when I was listening to him, it was like, yo, this motherfucker is really just showing his true motherfucking self. Like, a lot of people don't do that shit. You know what I mean? You gotta go through like thousands of facades for a motherfucker to show you who they really are.
Right.
And so like, it made me understand, like, man, in this life, people look at vulnerability as a fucking crutch. They look at it as a
hindrance.
A hindrance, yes, thank you. And it's not even like that. Vulnerability is like the biggest strength.
Not about like, because if you can, like, we always speak on like talking about like the comic book that's to come, as far as like the company Temple and Cloud, whatever, like the comic book we want to do in the video game. And for all the people out there, you know what I'm saying, that want to know more about that, like, we just trying to come with a concept. We ain't gonna speak on it too much because we don't want to give our shit away. But
fuck no.
It's to a degree where I can at least say it's a fighting game.
It's a fighting game. I think it's just like survival life period. Like.
Yeah, but I was saying that to say, like, we talked about how your character could be or should be, and it was like your character is more like a healer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, what makes a healer strong? The healer is strong in any video game. You look at games like let's say a Fortnite.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you play like a healer in Fortnite, like, say you carry the bandages, you know what I'm saying?
Your health is higher than anybody else's.
You always got health, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, or you look at a game like The Division, you know what I'm saying? Or like I like to play fucking Battlefield, and I told you when you can be the medic.
Yeah.
But speaking on your characters, like, you can take on so much damage, and I always look at you like, bro, like how, bro, like. Because I take a certain amount of damage and I'm
like,
getting the hell out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying?
Like, fuck it, I'm down with the world.
I take hella damage though. I get beat down, but it's like, once I start crawling, I'm crawling to safety. You still crawling on the battlefield.
Trying to save motherfuckers.
Trying to save motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's what the thing is. Like, everybody has their position. Everybody has their, you know, the way they play their game. You know, some people are more, I'm not calling the people that be like, fuck it, I need to save myself selfish, but it is selfish in a sense because everybody deserves to be selfish. Everybody needs to be selfish in life.
Right.
But as being a healer, it's like, I know my energy is to a point where people, the injured gonna always come to me regardless if I wanted to or not.
Right.
It's always gonna be there because I have that type of personality. I have that type of feeling about me. You know what I mean? And with being a healer, you don't become you gotta think about it. You don't think about all the medics that became medics. Most medics, the best medics are the ones that had to heal them fucking selves.
Right.
So think about it. That just tells you right there, like, motherfucker, I've been through so much shit. I got so many scars to me. I have so many different battles that I had to face. Of course that I become accustomed to taking that much damage. And of course that when y'all take the damage, y'all like, oh no, fuck that, I'm done. I can't take no more. I'm like, man, this shit ain't nothing because I've been through hell and back. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, it's just people. There's all different types of people and different personality traits that we all hold, and different ways that we come into this aspect of life. Some of us are the healers. Some of us are the fighters.
Some of us are the soldiers.
Some of us like the strategists.
The tech people. Like, everybody
plays
like,
a role.
If I could say anybody, if I could say one thing to anybody listening, like, you know what I mean, find your passion, find your technique, find your thing that you good at. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. You know what I mean? Because I have plenty of things that I can say, you know what I mean, I'm good at. But it's like, what can I not see myself without? Is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I know when it came with music or just art, period. Like, I can never really see a time in my life. At 21, I can't see a time in my life where I'm not creating some kind of art. Whether it's doing podcast interviews, taking photos, doing documentaries. Like, I like to take what I perceive in reality and put a stamp on it. Like, this is how I view shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what life is all about, your perspective.
Like, some people are the consumers.
Yeah.
Like, you got like, critics. And I don't think all critics are bad. Like,
no.
Okay, say for example, if people don't, from my perception, I see DJ Academics as a constructive critic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In certain senses.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause he takes the content for everybody else. Like, he's not an artist, he's not a musician. You know what I mean? He wanted to be at one time, and I stand corrected. I think cause he was a DJ. That's where the DJ came from. But at the same time, he got his gain and his following and his money off of criticizing.
Yeah.
But it's nothing wrong with criticizing as long as it's constructive.
Well, he's a DJ. That's all about criticizing.
Music, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like a DJ, I don't want to act like I know everything, but if I know for a DJ, you get motherfuckers book you for off your performances with others and how people reacted to when you played certain records or played certain things and mixed all that shit together. So
Right.
you gotta criticize the shit.
Right.
So he kind of made a lane for himself. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like everybody plays their part.
Right.
And everybody has different parts. You can't come into my lane and try to play my lane because you might not be built for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like, even when you get in a certain, my uncle always told me, like, when you get in a certain niche, live your niche out. But even when you're in that certain niche, it has other lanes to go within that niche. Because
Right.
just be saying, I want to do music. Okay, we know there's millions of genres of music you can get into. And then even when you get into the same genre of music, not everybody comes at it the same way. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like if you.
So it doesn't get redundant.
Exactly. Like for me, like I know, looking at my catalog and how far I came, it's only been 4 mixtapes. So like roughly 10 songs each mixtape. So it's only been roughly 10 songs. 40 songs I didn't put to the world. Like okay, boom, this is kinkason. I still got a lot of work to do.
Of course.
But I may dip off into many different lanes. You know what I mean? I may have my age where, I was experimenting with like weed and fucking and drugs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I might go into the nerd mode, but it's like, say for example, the street mode. You know what I mean? Like, to some people this is life.
Yeah.
This is everyday life, so it's not a mode to them. It's not a fictionary thing they can dip into. For me, not coming from that, you know what I mean, but having a teacher that was influenced by that and was, heavy into that world, I did inhabit certain habits and certain knowledge, good or bad, I can implement in my music, but at no time am I going to completely become this street nigga. I'm just going to dive in that world, cut that lane real quick, and I'm going to come back to like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, like some people try to go into that world and become it and get chewed up and spit the fuck out.
Because that's not, can't.
Yo, like nigga, you can't
become of something that you're not from.
You know what I mean? That's like an action figure trying to become human. Nigga, you know that shit don't work. Like, you're a fucking action figure, nigga. Yeah. You move like the way you supposed to move, and you got your little 3 your 3 phrases that you got.
Or a more up to date example would be these fucking robots, this AI shit that in our generation we didn't see it come from. Like we was around when PlayStation 1 and 2 came out, so we didn't see block characters to now. You play a game like Far Cry, you play a game like... What game got the craziest graphics? Like, I think Far Cry up there.
The craziest graphics I've ever seen.
Battlefield up there.
Definitely. Fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 has some crazy ass graphics.
Yeah, especially
when you're in the water.
Or with the AI walking around. Like how the AI was like...
Man.
It wasn't just your regular AI where usually in video games you see AI doing AI shit. Like,
indeed.
They got it set to... Basically, like the AI they do what they want.
Got their own fucking personality,
exactly,
and that's crazy, and that's when it comes to a point like that's what I'm saying. Not to get off topic, like that's what I'm saying. Like you can't try to go into a lane that you know you're not built for. You know you ain't never been a part of.
Right.
That's like, bro, like no, nigga, be yourself, and that's the problem with a lot of motherfuckers out here today. It's like they don't know how to be themselves. Right. So then you get lost within the shit that you trying to become. You know what I mean? Like, you get lost. You know what I mean? Motherfucker, you not built for this. And this is not what you supposed to do. It don't make you no bitch that you ain't from the hood. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. I know a lot of niggas from the hood right now that's bitches. Like, on some G shit. I'm going to keep it real.
But, like, any hood, we talked about this before, like, this is stemming from why we started doing the podcast. It's like, bro, we sit here and talk about shit for hours anyway. Why not try to dive into a world where we can get other people to comment and, you know what I mean, debate, you know what I mean? Because we ain't up here to argue with nobody. We ain't up here to make nobody feel some type of way. It's just debate. This is our perception on shit. But to say less, I was just saying, like, when it comes to the hood shit, I know niggas that's in the hood that don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? That tell me every day, like, what's the one J. Cole song when he was talking to his man? The whole song was basically like, he was talking to his man. He's like, nigga, look, I'm trying to be like you. I want to do what you do. Nigga, put me on. And the nigga look at him like, nigga, no. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was off of Forest Hill Drive.
Yeah, it was.
I can't remember what song.
I don't remember the title, but you know what song I'm talking about.
Yeah, I definitely understand. Like, what I mean by, like, it's niggas in the hood that everybody personifies like real niggas, but they bitches low key. But at the time point, it shows off like they hard. Then you know some niggas that's really just strictly that. And when you know they is so authentic, you can't even fucking touch them niggas. Like, you get in the same stratosphere of them niggas, you like, oh shit, like this nigga is really body.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's like motherfuckers really ain't cut from the same cloth no more. And like, you know what I mean? When you have your, you know what I mean? We have our parents, we have our uncles and shit that tell us like, yo, nigga, this is what I really do. Day in, day out, 24/7, 365.
And it's not the life.
And they'll tell you straight up like, nigga, what the fuck you mean you want to be
Like,
doing this shit? Nigga, get your ass up and go get a 9 to 5. What's wrong
bro,
flipping burgers?
You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like with a lot of shit coming into just this reality, you know what I mean? When it comes to, it all comes back to how people perceive other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because let's go back to high school. You know what I'm saying? We done been out of high school roughly 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So we get to see, we're seeing everybody become of this reality, have kids, you know, pass away, rest in peace to the dead, you know what I'm saying? All the niggas we lost. But we seen people dying, we see people, you know what I mean, having their shit with drugs, you know what I mean? And life is gonna do what life do, you know what I mean? I never been the one to feel negative about how life go. You know what I mean? Everybody make their decisions. But at the same time, when you think back in high school, like, who was the cool niggas? It was the fucking athletes, the nigga that sold they pack, you know what I mean? The niggas that was fucking all the bitches. But it's like, if we can pull everybody in one group, you know what I mean, right now, and see where everybody is at, your perception would change.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like these certain roads leads you down a certain way. And I got my understanding to know that you can't really be you can't be mad at a nigga doing what a nigga gotta do. No. You know what I mean? But if you out here, like you said, you out here trying to be something that you know for a fact you're not.
And that's what I'm saying, like, like, why would you go your whole entire life, your mom taking care of you, everything good, everything beautiful, you still living with your mom, and now you talking about, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. No, nigga, you don't. No, you want to do that.
Right.
You want to feel like you a man. Going out there trying to sell that shit, do all that extra shit, that don't make you no fucking man, dog.
Right.
That just make you a nigga that's trying to be something that you never was.
And it be, you know, for me, like, it be the motives. Like, what is your motive?
Like, what are you doing?
If you really go out here and taking what one of my teachers taught me was, if you really out here trying to take the left-hand path, you know what I mean, by any means necessary, take the left-hand path, which means the quote-unquote, the path that most people won't take, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, what is your motive? If you out here trying to do that shit to be cool,
that's corny.
Nah, bro.
That's mad corny. No, I feel like that's an insult to niggas that's in that predicament that gotta do that.
Exactly.
Like, that's why, like, I've met niggas that really had to do that shit, and I'd be like, all right, I respect that. You gotta do what you gotta do. But if you know you ain't gotta do that shit, why are you over here doing that shit? What, you want that limelight? You want that type of life? Like, nigga, if you go talk to a motherfucker that's been in that shit, been in jail for that shit, prison, whatever the case may be, or been in so many fucking problems with that shit, they'll tell you straight up, my nigga, I do this shit because I have to.
Right.
I don't have no other way.
Like, poverty in stricken environments, like
come on, bro.
Where you know, we can go on about that subject for hours. Like, niggas just,
I'm just saying, like,
be yourself, basically.
Like,
you know
for real, like, really be yourself, man. Like, ain't nothing wrong out here being yourself. If you know you ain't all about that smoke and shit, ain't nobody gonna look at you and be like, you a joke for that shit. And if they are, them niggas clowns them damn self.
Those ain't shit.
You know what I mean? I grew up with my uncle being the OG from where he was from. My cousins doing everything they was doing. My pops from Baltimore, straight up in the trenches. And I remember the realest shit he ever told me was, he said, yo, be yourself. Even when you around them niggas that's really hood niggas, be yourself. Because when they see who you are, them niggas gonna show you respect because you are yourself. Exactly. And don't get me wrong, I was around a lot of that shit. I grew up around a lot of that shit. But at the end of the day, it was like, nigga, I know this is not what the fuck I want to do.
Just know how to put your dick beaters up, nigga. Like,
nigga, man.
When nigga try to check you, you know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays, in our generation, you know what I mean, it is different. You know what I mean? You don't always want to be the aggressor. You don't always want to, I ain't gonna say stand up for yourself, but, you know what I mean? I ain't saying be no bitch, but at the same time, you gotta watch who you even react to, because certain niggas be wanting problems. Yeah. When these niggas don't have nothing to live for, these niggas don't have no type of conscience on their head, these niggas out here just popping mollies, Zans, perks, you know what I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? Do your shit, but I'm talking about them niggas that's out here doing shit just because and don't have no goals and, like, don't have no purpose. Like, those are the niggas that you let them niggas rock, bro. They gonna say what they say because at the end of the day, if you in school, you got a job, you got a family, you got a girlfriend,
like,
and these shits that bring you joy in life, and you see yourself going somewhere, interacting with these certain niggas ain't finna.
Why would you even fuck with that? Like,
why,
and
bro?
offer.
It don't make you a bitch because you walk away.
Like, nah, like, and that's one of the biggest things motherfuckers gonna be like, no, what the fuck you talking about? No, nigga, really understand some shit. Because you gotta understand, most niggas do that shit just for clout. And that's the corniest shit I've ever seen in my life. You doing this shit for clout, like, come on, my dude. You know you really don't want this problem, but you gonna act like you want this problem? Come on, dog. And you giving these motherfuckers energy. Do you not know when you give somebody it's transfer of energy. If I let you get over on me by allowing you to get to me, nigga, do you not know you have that shit on me for the rest of my life? That's why niggas have to come back and strike back. That's why niggas gotta retaliate. Because it's that type of point. Oh man, this nigga made me look some type of way in front of everybody. Man, fuck, dude, what the fuck these niggas thinking? Like, nigga, do you pay my bills? Nigga, do you feed me? Like, nigga, do I need you in my life to be worried about how? Nigga, look at me. Like, nigga, you can suck my dick. I'm gonna do what the fuck I need to do. Like, you can have that little cap in your motherfucking feather. Like, you can have that feather in your motherfucking cap, bro. You can have that shit. But we all know. Let that nigga try that shit when he by himself. Most niggas if you know, the realest motherfuckers would do it when you around yo niggas. Like, when him by himself and it's yo niggas. So it's 1 against 5. But when that nigga trying to act all hard and shit in front of niggas and all that shit, catch that nigga by himself.
Bro, it just be
that nigga by himself.
It be all just for illusion purposes, bro. Like these niggas out here be acting like magicians. Like, bro, like I think back like when I was
catch that nigga by himself. Like I said.
Check though, when I was wrestling in middle school, like, you know what I mean? When it come to high school wrestling or like middle school wrestling, before you wrestle with a nigga, like we all have to go in the same locker room. You know what I mean? And we gotta weigh ourselves. You gotta get weighed in. You know what I mean? Just like before any type, like a UFC fight, basically. And they have like, you know how UFC got the stare downs.
Yeah.
And it's like this big theatric to, you know, attract the crowd. But it happens in like school wrestling too. It's just like it's behind the scenes. It's in the locker room. Yeah. And it ain't even really about a stare down. It's really just about so the ref and everybody, the officials can check and make sure you're not overweight or underweight.
Of course.
So,
but it plays a mental game.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? So when niggas walk in, you got the whole other. Both of these teams are in this locker room together. So this is where my coach used to always tell us, like, look, this is where the match begins. I'm talking about from the first time that first nigga walk in. Usually the first dude to walk in, if they're not walking in a weight class order, usually the first dude walking in is like that nigga. He the one that on his team, he the big dog. So it's like my coach used to always tell her, put your hands behind your back. I don't want to hear no talking. You gonna line up with who you wrestling because you gotta we gotta line up and we gotta wait, you know what I mean, from smallest to biggest. Yeah. So when you lining up, you be already knowing. But it's like, nigga, that's where it starts. It's that eye contact. Coach used to always tell him, first nigga look away a bitch. Yeah. This a white coach. This is my white coach, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He ain't from the hood, but it was his mentality towards, he used to always tell me, like, Ken, look. And he was a little nigga, he was like, Ken, look. Goddamn, I'm 5'5", but in this wrestling shit, I'm like 6'4". His mentality, like, excuse me.
5'5".
His mentality. And I can see how today his mentality affected me just as a man, you know what I mean? Just constructive, like, being on me, like, nigga, like, look, bro, like, handle your shit, bro.
Yeah, like, fuck it. Or, like, watching John Jones, man. What I learned about John Jones is, like, this nigga wouldn't even look at you. And I used to be like, bro, nah, look at that nigga. Like, let that nigga know you the motherfucking king of this shit. Right. But I didn't understand how much of a psychological shit that it did. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm thinking, like, bro, you making this nigga feel like you a bitch. And then he was talking about it one day. He was like, nah, I let them niggas feel like they're the best in the motherfucking world. So when they get in here, they all amped up, and then I whip their ass. But then you can see the difference when he fought Daniel Cormier. He looked this nigga in his eye, was like, bitch, you know I'm about to fuck you up, right? So it was a different thing. Like, it kind of showed me, like,
the game is played above the shoulder.
You gotta, it's a cat and mouse game. You gotta learn how to play this shit so well that you gotta be able to play different ways. Like when you, if you ever read The Art of War, Sun Tzu, the one thing that I fucking love what he said was, appear close when you're far away.
And when you're far away, appear close. Like, nigga, that's
some crazy shit.
Yo, and it sounds so simple, but it's like, damn.
It's way more to it.
When I first read it in the book, I was thinking like, damn, okay, like how the fuck do I do that? You can do that shit simple shit like boom, Instagram, right? Instagram, you can put your location on. Yeah. This is the first thing that came to my mind when I thought about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, war tactics, right? Mm-hmm. You know, niggas always knowing where niggas is at in some way, shape, or form, whether you're on Snapchat, whatever. Oh, yeah, so it's like, boom, I might post a picture, or a nigga might post a picture from 2 weeks ago saying he in New York. Yeah. The nigga right down the street.
Of course.
I'm thinking in certain situations, like, oh, this nigga gone. I'm about to go fucking shoot at this nigga bitch. Gone. Boom. He ain't nowhere around. This nigga bold now, he gonna pull up to the man's girl. John, he gonna pull up to her crib. Not even knowing, dickhead, the nigga might be in the house or down the street. Yeah. Just because you saw this nigga on Instagram and think he in New York. Like, nah, nigga in the house.
Of course.
War tactics. Now he's standing on his ground like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing, dog?
Man, you see it in movies all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, you see it all the time. It plays well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you paying attention to shit, you'll see how it's working. Like, when you watch, when they was talking about guerrilla warfare, these motherfuckers, you thinking they is a full-ass unit. It's only a couple of niggas. Like, it's the art of war and shit. Like, I can beat you in a multitude of ways. And it's not like I gotta be the biggest, baddest motherfucker out here. I just gotta outthink you.
Pretty much.
Like, if you think about any kind of sport, anything at all globally, it always deals with the mental. Business-wise, it's mental. I can show you how big I am, but at the end of the day, I can be the small ass company and fuck you up.
I mean, look at goddamn look back to the year who played the fucking Broncos when it was it was Eli. I want to say it was Eli, the Super Bowl.
Who played the Broncos?
The Broncos went to Super Bowl, bro.
Oh, you talking about when they played against Cam?
Did they play against? It won the Super Bowl though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It was. So Cam did go to the Super Bowl.
Cam went to the Super Bowl.
Okay, and they lost that game, but wasn't it off of that little nigga Wes Walker?
Oh no! You talking about when he was with the Patriots?
He went with the Patriots.
Wes Walker was with the Patriots. Nigga, how you gonna tell me?
No, bro. Okay. Excuse me, guys. I've been off my football shit for a few years. Anyway, nigga, the little nigga that was on the Broncos, he was killing them niggas the whole game. I don't remember what game it was. I don't know if it was the playoffs.
Okay, then
I want to say it was the Super Bowl. It had to be the Super Bowl, bro.
I don't think he ever went to the Super Bowl with the Broncos, though.
All I know is it was the Broncos, and it was this little nigga. And I couldn't understand how these fucking 6'2", 6'3" linebackers and cornerbacks was letting this little nigga run game on him. He wasn't getting no after catch yards, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just, you know what I mean? Dinking dunking, like duck, catch, get it 5-10. Bro, the whole game, bro, from quarter one, this nigga was busting.
You can't stop it.
But he's little, bro.
It don't matter.
If y'all don't take this nigga and sling him across Bro, man, I was so mad, bro. Think,
that's another psychological game in right there. I'm playing strength against strength. But you gotta understand, you can take everything you want away, but that little motherfucker getting them 10-yard scampers. We know a football field is 100 yards.
Right.
Bitch, if I'm getting 10 yards of fucking play, I'm gonna get to the end zone in 10 plays.
Right.
Never hitting the fourth down.
Right.
So you're fucked.
Instead of always going
deep, or you trying to, man, you gotta understand. This life got so many ways you can attack a problem. It's just the way you want to attack it.
Yeah.
The way you want to defeat somebody, you can defeat somebody in so many ways. You can play. You know how many motherfucking times we done seen motherfuckers play injured and win?
Yeah. Like
motherfuckers act like they injured, bait you in, got that ass. It's over. You know what I mean? Like we've been seeing.
On the other side where you see a nigga might fake an injury and then you see the team targeted.
Of course.
Like, we're going to target your fucking leg. We're going to see if you really hurt.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, they didn't hit this nigga leg 10 times.
And this nigga's...
He ain't hurt. And he's still fucking...
And this nigga has a fucking game.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, or you take him... Or, like, okay, for an example, like, you see a team and you, like... Or you see people, you be like, oh, this nigga, we about to run amok on this nigga. It's finna breathe. And then out of nowhere... These niggas mop the fuck out you. Like, yo.
You ain't an athlete if you ain't never played a team that you thought you was going to beat their ass.
And they
end up
mop
whooping your
fucking...
ass.
Because you got to understand, man. It don't matter how many attributes you got. It don't matter how good you are. It don't matter how much you have trained. Anything. If I can outsmart you,
Right.
I can beat you in most categories. I can beat you in 9 times out of 10.
That's how I be with females too. Like, no disrespect to my ladies, but like most of the time, y'all just be getting outsmarted.
Of course.
And we get outsmarted too. Most of the niggas like, like boom. Some niggas, you know what I mean? I say a nigga like me, boom. I already come in with my guard up. Like, this is a boxing match. Like, I already come my guard up. But it's like the way I get knocked down, be on some slide shit. Like, she'll ask me about a music song or something. You know what I'm saying? Bro, so it's like, they'll sneak you.
I don't even want to say nothing about females, because if I start that shit, I'm about to elevate them to a place where they gonna, I ain't gonna even do that to my niggas. Like, all I can say is, man, like, just being around my mom for my whole entire life, just knowing what the fuck she is, I already know, like, females know the game 10 times more better than dudes do. But the only reason why we get them is because y'all get too emotional all the fucking time.
And I think the reason...
I can play to your weakness. The
reason why, they get emotional. The reason why we'll lose is more that so pride. To the fact of our pride.
That pride, bro.
And then not paying attention.
Oh, nigga, we some dumbfounded ass niggas. Like,
because women are like, they meticulous when it comes to details. What? That's why the man doesn't prepare the wedding.
Nigga, if you see, let's just go by life, period. Mm-hmm. Most females, what positions do they fucking play in a business place? Everything. They play the secretary.
Yeah.
They, no disrespect. Not trying to say they ain't on the same level as dudes, but I'm just saying. Think about this shit. These females know the ins and outs of everything.
Perfect example, bro. When I found out that Drika, which is, if y'all Drika is Kevin Gates' wife.
She runs everything.
She runs the business. Like, this nigga, I'm thinking the whole time, like, you know what I'm saying? This nigga, it's Kevin. It's Drika. It's his wife. It's the feminine energies, the divine feminine.
Because they always on they shit. Like, females act dumb. They ain't fucking dumb. Yeah. I ain't never met a bitch that was dumb in my life. You think she dumb? No, that bitch is letting you play her. I'm so fucking serious, bro. Like, I'm gonna give females credit. Like, some females are just dumb as shit. They can be because as their emotions playing.
We all can be dumb as shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, we all can be dumb as shit. But why are we dumb as shit? Because most of the time our emotions take over.
Trying to be in denial and shit.
Shit, we can smell. We know there's shit under us, but we smell roses. What type of shit is that?
You be like, nigga come up to you and be like, bro, you stepping some shit. I can smell it. You be like, nah, nigga, like, that ain't no
lavender.
shit.
That's that lavender.
Ain't no shit, bro. I smell roses, nigga. Like, no, nigga, what's wrong? Leave her alone, bro.
Like, yo, and that's the thing, yo. And it happens. It's going to happen. But what does it really mean? Like, motherfucker, if we could understand that, the reason why guys win most of the time is because guys know how to look at a relationship as a business transaction. What the fuck can you do for me?
What am I gonna do for you? What's the stipulations?
Where we at?
What am I like? We look at it logical, like okay, like
no, nigga. Like, we look at it logical. Females come into the situation. No. Females done planned you out since the beginning, nigga. I gotta be real. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how smooth you think you is, how saucy, flossy you is. This bitch already came with a whole government plan for your ass. Like, she know what she want to do, how far she gonna take you, what you can do. That bitch done put you in a house with 4 kids and a dog. Nigga, fuck that. What are you talking about? So now you just getting what she's giving you. You know what I mean? Like, come on, my dude. Like, you gotta understand. Most of the time, the girl has already won the match. But the thing about it is, females let that emotional shit get involved, and a nigga just take over, like, supercharged. You feel me?
Right.
That's why a nigga would play one role and then come back and be like, nah, bitch, I got your ass now. Oh, you thought you was fucking with this? Nah,
bitch. Then she be on the phone like, he was so sweet in the beginning, and we used to stay on the phone and talk. Like, nah, because he got, like, that is a thing on our part. Like, you know what I mean? I know as a nigga, you know what I mean? I'll speak for a lot of us. You know what I'm saying?
Just say,
we'll get what we want, and then
we turn to
slack. We slack like
hell
shit.
Yeah.
Like,
we don't do the same shit we used to do at the beginning.
We do the same shit in sports. Like, we'll get up on a nigga fucking 2 quarters.
And then be like, oh, nigga,
we playing around, throwing fucking bubble passes and like, trying to throw it deep. And then before we know it, this nigga done picked the team off 3 times. We done got hit, got a fumble. These niggas done took 2 of them back. You like, hold up.
Nigga, we trying to make a whole highlight reel. These niggas done whipped our ass.
Nigga, like, last time around, we was winning.
Like, I'm so serious, man. I see this shit all the fucking time. Like, I'm gonna be real. It's like, in this shit, relationships-wise, it's tug of war out this bitch.
Man, right.
You don't allow you try to make sure it's always a fucking stalemate. Because when it's a stalemate, everybody working at their hardest. If you give more than someone give you, they gonna treat you, they gonna slack off. And you gonna feel like you being treated like shit. Nah, it's just the simple fact it is. You didn't cover so much ground for me to not have to do anything. Why the fuck should I do anything if you gonna do all the work for me?
Right.
So that's why I got to come to a point. All right, look, bitch, this is what I'm going to do. What the fuck are you going to do? It's a business. It's a business transaction. I'm being real about this shit. If I come in here and say, all right, we gonna take care of 80% of the shit, you just do your 20.
And see, look, this is what I want to speak on. Like when it comes to relationship shit. Cause you know how, you know what I'm saying? Like,
keep it real,
bro.
Keep it real, dog.
A lot of the problems, from my perception, my little corner of the fucking world, a lot of the problems we have today. That's just. I'm gonna just speak on my generation. So that's like anywhere from like 17 to like 25. You know what I mean? That's like my little demographic. You know what I mean? A lot of the problems that we have at this age is A, people are not fucking ready. B, people have not experienced enough, so they don't really even. You don't even really know what you like.
No.
And C, everybody else perception around, like, y'all gotta cut this fucking Instagram shit out. And me too. I ain't gonna be, look, I am not gonna be the nigga to act like I don't be on Instagram hopping inside the DMs, boy. I be trying to get it, I swear to God. But at the same time, I know in the back of my mind, it's that little voice like, nigga, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. How many DMs you in right now? How many niggas gonna be honest about how many different DMs they in right now? Niggas, yo, we get the ball down the court and we just be shooting like niggas.
Oh,
shit,
nigga,
bro.
like, look, I'll put it like this.
Like,
bitch.
look.
If I dribble the ball 3 times and you allow me to, I'm taking my shot.
Look,
fuck out of here.
Look, I'm so fucking corny, dog. Like, so this girl I used to mess with, like, nigga, it was like middle school. We was like 6th grade, 7th grade, right?
Oh,
this is a long time ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We close with her. We talk every once in a while, but there ain't nothing beyond that. You know what I mean? I ain't seen her in years type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So she posted on Facebook. She was like, something to the degree of, if you want to shoot your shot, shoot it now, whoop-de-whoop. Something to the degree of that. So I go and post a little GIF, the little video, you know, the little repeat video.
Yeah.
I put Kobe, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot, nigga. I'm gonna get the nicest nigga in basketball, and I'm gonna post that bitch. And it was Kobe fucking pumping on a nigga, like, ugh. So she commented back, she like, nigga, you was not Kobe. I was like, shit, nigga. You know I'm Kobe, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Our confidence be through the roof, like, but I'm just saying, bro, like, for real, that's one of the biggest things I see is just, like, you know what I mean? If you're gonna be in a relationship, you know what I mean? And I didn't have relationships work, and I didn't have them fail for different reasons. But one of the biggest reasons they fail is because everybody want to do what they do. And we all them said this shit 1,000 times. Like, niggas want to, as soon as they get in a relationship, you want to go post it on Instagram. I ain't saying hide your boyfriend. I ain't saying hide your girlfriend. But at the same time,
I'm fucking
you hiding it? You
like,
saying hide it?
No, it's not
I'm
like,
saying just take time. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm hiding that shit for the night. It's not the simple fact I'm trying to be on some player shit or I'm trying to hide it. It's the simple fact of it is like, you don't need to know what the fuck I'm doing with my life.
Yeah.
And cause then when that shit happen, that's what the motherfucker go down. Oh, he with that bitch. Oh,
yeah.
I know he still want me. No, bitch, I'm with her for a reason. I don't want you. Like, and then it goes the same way. Like, motherfuckers, ain't it weird though? When you single, it seems
nobody
like
wants your
nobody
ass.
wants your ass.
Nobody
I mean, yo.
From a nigga's perspective, I know females, y'all shit be blowing up.
Of course.
Fucking 24/8.
Of course. You know what I mean?
Y'all shit fake bumping like a 7-Eleven. Like.
Peep game. When you single, ain't no bitch trying to talk to you. When you get a bitch, your phone jumping. Like, I mean, like,
hey,
when you get your girl, man, I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you. And it's just sabotage all the way through. Because I'm trying to tell you, man, when you're in a relationship, you got to really look at this shit in a way like, all right, what are relationships for? Relationships are for that we coming into this shit. I'm bringing what I got, you bringing what you got, and we trying to make something together.
But that's what I'm saying. Bonding, bro. Trying to build. Like, we out here trying to build pyramids. Like, these niggas be out here. Y'all just want to be in relationships for the looks and shit. Y'all just want to be in relationships to fuck. Cool. Even to that degree. If you in a relationship and because the sex is good, by any means do it. From my perspective, no, listen, hear me out. From listen,
just
hear me
sex
out.
Good. I'm not gonna deal with you all day just because you got some good pussy. Like, you annoying as fuck.
Chat me.
I'll call you when I need you.
But look, what you say though, y'all need to be coming in a relationship like boom. Even if it's not a relationship, y'all just fuck buddies. Like, you need to come from the jump. Like, look, we just fuck. I ain't saying be mean, but I'm just saying we gotta let her know. Like, y'all just gonna have sex. Y'all need to be trying to manifest shit. Nuh-uh, bro. Come on.
That's a waste of time.
That's not a waste of time.
To fuck with a bitch that, I fuck you.
Okay, I'm gonna say if
and
she
then after that, What are you here for?
Because she got a head on her shoulder, bro. Y'all can manifest some shit, bro.
Indeed. But we got to come at the same wavelength.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't saying be out here trying to fuck little Tatiana from around the corner. No, bro. I ain't saying that. I'm saying like that bitch you might fuck with on a certain level. Like, look, nigga, I know we just fucking, we both young. Let's at least go in here and try to manifest some shit, get some rocks off. But these niggas be out here trying to fucking, man, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be out here freestyling.
Niggas be freestyling like a bitch out here. But I'm just saying, like,
be freestyling, bro.
What my thing is like this. If you got somebody good in your corner that check up on you, that got your back, that didn't, I mean, Marilyn Monroe said this shit, like, you know what I mean? And I was just watching different shit in her, and this one thing about what she said popped up, and it was dope as hell to hear, because that's some real shit. She said, if you can't handle me at my worst, you can't have me at my best. And that's some real shit. If you got somebody in your life that saw you at your worst and been rocking with your dumb ass until you got to your best, or on your way to glowing up, or whatever the fuck you use, you a dumbass motherfucker if you go for that little paster face bitch over there when you had this down ass bitch for you. Like, and that go the same way with a broad. Like, you know what I mean? And now it's like
they'll fucking females are fucking with fucking Lil John from the hood that sell dope and don't give 2 fucks about you over fucking Thomas that's in school and got a job.
Because you know females like that rugged danger. But bitch, it's a difference between getting a little bit of danger where, you know what I mean, it's manageable. Nah, you trying to go to the whole fucking risk board. And I can understand if you fucking with a nigga that, you know, sell that shit, but he got a good head on his shoulders and he trying to get the fuck out of that. There's a difference. Like, if he trying to grow, there's a difference. But if this nigga sleeps, shits, and breathes motherfucking...
Like, this nigga trying to be a drug dealer forever.
Kingpin?
Like, yeah, he trying to be...
You know how many motherfuckers out here trying to be a Pablo Escobar? Like, no, nigga. That nigga was in a third world country.
Nigga, first of all, nigga, 2018, that shit's not happening, nigga. Like, it's not happening, bro. As soon as you get enough money to fucking... How many times I said this shit? As soon as you get enough fucking money to do some shit for real, they coming to get your ass.
It's a third... Like...
Because little fucking Ron, he gonna snitch on you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Damn, man.
What Peanut the Don say? The same. He said, "Do your dirt by your lonely." He said, "The same shooter become witness." The nigga that you got with you, he shooting with you, but that nigga turn witness when them lights come on.
But and when you think about on another subject, like when you think about fucking loyalty, trustworthiness, right? Oh, there's dirt on all sides of the fucking board. Like, there's dirt in the Capitol buildings. There's dirt in the government. There's dirt on little relationships. There's dirt at the little 7-Eleven down the street from your house. Like, it's dirt in there. Like, it's always somebody. Like, as humans, one of the things that we have like this thirst for fucking power. I don't knock anybody for it, because I know no matter where you come from, somewhere in your life somebody has made specific decision that you wanted to make. They made them for you. So it's like, in some way, shape, or form, we all desire to have power. It may not be power over others. It may just be power over your situation. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to power over yourself, it's crazy in this reality, because it's like, to a degree, you gotta have power over other motherfuckers just so you can control what you doing. You know what I'm saying?
Understandable. And that's when it comes to the point of, like, how people are gonna, like, how are you gonna do that? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, it's like when you around your friends, everything, like, you get to know each other's secrets. And my thing is like this: I don't like telling people my secrets, because the same secrets you tell a person, they'll use it against you when the time comes. You know what I mean? Like, when the time comes, and trust me, the time gonna come, because everybody gonna look out for self.
Right.
There's never a time where you're not gonna be like, oh no, I'm gonna think about everybody else. There might be moments, but sooner or later, you're going to start thinking it for yourself.
Which ain't wrong. It ain't wrong.
It's not wrong, but it comes to a point, that's where loyalty and trust come in. Like, how loyal can you be to a person?
And understanding, too. You got to understand, like, when it comes to fucking relationships with, like, well, I'm just saying, like, friendship, relationships, all that shit, you got to understand, like, I can't be mad if on Friday I want to go out and my brother got work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be mad. Or if I got this show to do, and I've been waiting 6 months to do this damn show, and it just so happened that my brother got work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be hurt. Like, damn, nigga.
You can't make it.
I told you about it. If I told you about it, like, but it's like, nigga, I can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
It's just those situations. Like,
you know what I mean?
Just those situations. It's a human error. Like, you can't expect somebody to be perfect.
Exactly.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. Like, I really learned this myself. Like, you can't do everything.
Right.
Because when you start giving, whatever you start off giving someone, they're going to expect it. It's going to become a habit, and they're going to expect you to have to be like that all the time.
That's why you got to be raw with people.
You got to be honest.
You got to be, what they say, the first impression is the lasting impression. Like, that's why the first time you meet a motherfucker, you got to be yourself. Because they going to tell you right then and there, you know what I'm saying, if they really fuck with you.
Of course.
If they can't fuck with you at that first initial interaction,
of course,
those not your peoples. That's not the girl you need to be fucking with. That's not the nigga you need to be fucking with. Because if I gotta switch up and put these masks on around,
sooner or later I gotta take
me as an individual, fuck no, I'm not going over your house.
Like, no, I can't fake it with you. If I know I don't mess with you, you gonna know I don't. Because I'm not gonna be around you. I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna talk to you.
That's not even being on some like, oh, I'm a real nigga. Like, no, bro.
It's just being honest with myself.
Me knowing that, nigga, you call me and you like, bro, you know, we about to smoke, we about to chill, we about to play the game. I'm like, yo, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
That's what's
we
up.
gonna work on some music too? I bet. But if I go over there and your nigga always gritting on me, or because I come from a different world, you know what I mean? I come from the suburbs, for example, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he come from the gutter, like, and he always got this thing about trying to pluck me like I'm a bitch or something. It's like, bro, I'm not gonna want to be around that. I know I ain't no bitch, but I'm not about to be over there.
No, it's just some fact. Just like, damn, how many times I gotta show you that? Like you
nigga,
I don't gotta prove myself to you.
You got damn near punch niggas in they motherfucking shit.
Just the motherfuckers to like.
Just so niggas can shut up, bro.
And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that all the time because that's a waste of my damn energy.
Especially not this age, nigga.
Oh hell.
You're being handcuffed like a motherfucker.
I just feel as if that's when it comes to a point where you gotta understand, when it comes to evolving yourself, elevating to a different place, it comes with separation and it comes with isolation. You're not going to be able to mess with the same people because you ain't going to be able to digest that. You're going to be like, nah, I can't mess with you because you just don't fit. And I can't make myself fit you into my circle because if I do that, I'm compromising me. And I can't do that. You know what I mean? And that's where selfishness comes in. Right. You got to understand what you are consuming. You got to understand the people around you, they are like a picture of you. They are a mirror of you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm not around, you are my image. Right. So it's like, I can't have somebody around me that can't move in a certain way that I want to move. Like, my mom used to always tell me, on some realness, she used to always say, surround yourself with people that are like-minded like you. Right. That want to get somewhere, because that's the only way you're going to get somewhere. If I'm messing with somebody, and I'm not saying you got to think like me, everything got to be like me. You could come from a different perspective than me. But as long as your end game is like, I want to go here, my nigga, that's in the same ballpark I'm trying to hit.
Some of my fucking, like, my best people, some of my people I love to death that I go to the end of the world for are for completely different worlds.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Especially as being a black man and having white friends that are close to you. You know what I mean? You know, race is still a big issue in 2018, you know what I mean? So I can see how people might turn their noses up when I'm with my white friends, you know what I mean? In certain areas, it's like next to nothing, but in certain settings, it's like, what the fuck you with him for, you know what I mean? But it's like, you don't know on what level me and this nigga had connected, you know what I mean? Some of my white boys, I call them, yo, what's up, nigga? Like, because they can understand, or they've been through that, you know what I mean, a similar struggle. They may not never been through the struggle as a black man. I'm not making an excuse for white people that don't understand the race thing in a whole, but I'm just saying, like, you know, we all, I can say a lot of us had those white friends that's like, yo, that nigga just came out of the wrong color, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Of course. Like, this nigga was supposed to be a black dude. Like,
you know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, it comes to a mental perspective of everything. Like, dude, we ain't got to come from the same walk through a life to be cool. Like, I done found myself in a point with, like, different races, and I'd be like, yo, this nigga cool as hell. Like, I don't think you ever lived until you went to a Mexican part. Like, you ain't went to a quinceañera. I swear to God, like, it's the coolest shit in the fucking world. Like, I'm trying to tell you, these niggas party like niggas do. They drink young, like black people.
They drink young, too.
Like, yo, they be on they shit. And it's like, I had some of the best conversations with Mexicans, with Asians, with Puerto Ricans, with all types of motherfuckers, white people. Like one of my best friends was a white dude, and nigga was the whitest you could ever find a motherfucker. Like,
so look, peep this. It was like, I think it was around like my 21st birthday. I want to say it was like the weekend after, and I went home to Delaware, and I go to Dover Downs, right? Yeah. And I decided, okay, boom, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, you know, regular shit, whatever. So dude come in there, I'm washing my hand. He come out, he washing his hands. Something just told me, like, bro, like, say something to him. So I just wanted to see how he was gonna react. So I was like, I peeped this. I peeped this video. Like nigga had a nice suit on, fucking nice ass watch. You could tell he came from some type of money. Either he came from some money or he worked to get his money. Yeah. And I was like, what advice you got to a young 21-year-old? I ain't say black or nothing. I was like, what you got? I just turned 21. He was like, oh, happy birthday, da da. And he was like, man, what advice? And he was like, man, at 60, because he was like 60. Nigga didn't even look 60. And he was like, at 60, he was like, save your money. He was like, all that shit you be thinking you need, you don't need it. And it was crazy to me because this is something that I go through as a young man on a daily basis. Like, do I really need them shoes? Do I really need this game? You know what I mean? You be like, nah. But it was crazy how he don't know me from a can of paint, and the first thing he come off the top of his head with is save your money. And he was like, don't spend all your money in here because we in the casino. Yeah. You know what I mean? He doing the same thing I'm doing, but he like, look, nigga, like, for real, you don't need to be in here.
But I earned my stripes.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? Like,
this is 60 years, whether it's money or he worked for it or not. This is 60 years worth of lineage that I can say, okay, I can come in here and blow away a little bit. Yeah. And I think he did say to the fact, he's like, I ain't got too much time left here. He already know. He about to check out soon. You 21, nigga, your life just starting. Save your bread.
Like, save your bread. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I think I've always got closer to the old heads, because the old heads got so much knowledge, but motherfuckers too stubborn to listen. Yeah. They, like, how you gonna tell a motherfucker they don't know what they talking about when these motherfuckers done ran around this motherfucking earth and this whole sun like a million times? Like, no disrespect to old people, but you know what I mean? Like, they 75 or whatever, and they been around the earth more than you. Man, these niggas done overlapped you. Like, how you gonna tell somebody they don't know what you talking about? Man, everybody know this damn slogan because you didn't heard it before. The game never changes. The players do.
Exactly.
So it's the same shit. It's the same shit. So that's why I'm saying, like, man, I've had old heads tell me all the time. They be like, man, go ahead and go live your life. Like, enjoy it. Go out. Go strive to be whatever you want to be. Fail. And fail often. Because it's gonna find its way sooner or later. You know what I mean? Like, my grandpa used to always tell me, he's like, man, fuck all that shit. Like, go out here, get you a little shot of bird. You know what a shot of bird mean. Get you some little, get you a little coochie. Do what you gotta do. And go about your business.
But you look at niggas like fucking, ever since I watched fucking Steve Jobs fucking shit, his documentary or his life movie, like, and I done watched like 3 different versions of it, but it was always the part where they showed this nigga Steve Jobs in the garage. Like, he's in a garage, bro. The Apple is one of the biggest fucking companies on the planet in the garage.
Okay, then.
And he was failing. And he was failing, bro.
And that should tell you something.
Damn right.
Like, come on, man. Like, everybody starts from humble beginners. And if you see the motherfuckers that start at a humble beginning, their stuff lasts for a very long time. Because why? I had to learn everything that I got, I earned. So I love it more. You know what I mean? As a kid, when you got everything you wanted, nigga, you tore that shit up. Shoes, clothes, video games, phones. I know I done broke about 10 phones in my whole lifetime, nigga.
I think I done broke 10 phones in the past 3 years.
Exactly. So you gotta understand that. So, but when you get something that you bought, you like, oh, nah, nigga, don't touch that. Like, You walk different.
The air smelled different.
Exactly. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, when you get your own car by yourself, oh, no, nigga. That shit you used to do in the car your mom gave you, your pops gave you, or whatever the case may be, oh, you like, oh, yeah, we gonna smoke the fuck out this car. We gonna do all type of shit. I'm gonna drive reckless as fuck. You get your own car, you be like, oh, I'm gonna wait for this light to turn green.
I'm gonna drive slow as
I'm gonna put my seatbelt on. You might still do some crazy shit because it's your shit, but you take care of it better because you like, nigga come in here, oh, we about to smoke everything in here. Nah, nigga, hold on. Roll down the fucking window. You get 3 puffs, then put that shit out. I'm serious. You move different. You act different when shit is yours. Yeah. So, like, I can understand when he say save your money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what Ooh say when we was at the
Shout out to Big Bro Ooh, man.
Shout out to Ooh. Shout out to Marta God, man. When we was at their studio, Ooh, I'll never forget what Ooh said. Ooh, I said, Ooh, man, what could you tell me right now, me being 22, I'm trying to get it. He said, man, work now, play later. And he gave me the analogy. He said, all right, before you could go outside, you have to do your homework, right? And I said, yeah. He said, all right then, my nigga. Do your work first. Get your grind on. Do what you got to do. Then you can go out here and play this shit.
But you always tell me, like, one thing I definitely took from you is, like, on some big bro shit. It was just like, nigga, enjoy the process, bro. And that was one thing I had to learn. Like, I love that initial feeling of knowing the song done and posting that shit on SoundCloud, YouTube, on Instagram. But it's like now it became the complete reverse. Like I already moved slow because everybody in my family say I'm a turtle. But it's like now the process has even become more like that's the thing. Like I be like, yo, I be so stuck on the process now. It's like, yo, I don't think that song done. You know what I mean?
And
like
enjoy it because you're getting the full extent of what the song makes you feel like. You know what I mean? What are you getting out of all that? If you're trying to put a message into it.
Like I cut you off. There was a video on Facebook, and Kobe was. It was just a whole bunch of clips of Kyrie playing, and Kobe was just breaking him down. Like he was like, everybody want to get all fucking. I just watched this shit. He was like, everybody want to get all like hype about his. You know, he can juke a nigga out. He can throw it through his legs. But it's like, what makes Kyrie Kyrie? The thing that make Kyrie is his fundamentals is on point.
Of course.
Like this nigga can
shoot. Ridiculous.
It's basketball, nigga. You gonna shoot. He said, can you shoot? Can you go left and can you go right? Yeah. And me as a little basketball player, you know, growing up, I have no fucking left hand. Anybody ever play basketball with me know I don't got no left hand. So I will always drive to the right. Even if I come from the left, I'm still favoring the right. But it's like looking at Kyrie on film is like, damn, that's why this nigga, he's a problem anywhere. You gonna force him left, he can go left.
You're going to force him right with both hands. But you got to understand, it was a process to that.
Yeah.
You got to understand, when you see all these greats, LeBron, all this extra shit, Jordan, you got to understand, there was a process. A lot of people like, yo, Jordan's the GOAT, Jordan's the GOAT. But you got to understand, this man got cut from his high school basketball team. This motherfucker was getting beat up by the Detroit Pistons, by New York, all that. This man had to put on the weight. This man was not a good shooter. I don't give a fuck when nobody tell me that nigga was not a fucking shooter. That nigga was a dunker. That's all he was. Right. He was a slasher. He became an all-around player because it's the process, man. With all the artists that we love today, if you go back and you listen to when they first started, they wasn't as nice. They probably was still nice.
You can see the light.
Yeah, but you can't. You know they ain't who they are. They're not a finishing product. So you gotta understand. And when you hear all these stories and they tell you the stories, or when you watch the documentaries or the movies, if you do, or you listen to them in the interview, you see them evolve in front of you. But it's the process. The process is so beautiful because with the process, it has hard times, it has the good times, it has everything in it that makes you who you are. It's the same word. It's the same thing as a person. When you came out as a baby, you were a baby. You gotta learn how to walk. You gotta learn how to. You crawl first. You gotta learn how to walk, talk. Then you start losing your teeth. Then you get your teeth back. Then you gotta learn how to. You get potty trained. You get all this extra shit.
And then you get to the old age, and then it's like
it's
reverse.
The same shit.
You start losing teeth. You can't walk no more. It's like crazy how
it's a whole Benjamin Button effect.
Yo, for real.
On some real shit. That's all it is. So it's like you gotta understand the process is the most beautiful thing. So that's what I would tell anybody right now. Like I don't care if you feel like people think you're immature, you feel as if you're not at the point where you're supposed to be, because in this generation and how we feel at this time and age, we feel like we too young to have it all together, but we too old not to have a fucking plan how to have it together. Right. You know what I mean? But you got to understand, love the fact that you make mistakes. Love the fact that all the people that did you dirty or whatever.
It only mean you getting better.
It only mean you getting better because you're starting to peep stuff.
Like, shout out my boy fucking Divine Cast. Like, it's this game. Anybody got PS4, nigga, go get that shit. That shit called Brawlhalla. BRAWLHALLA, right?
And you damn sure will get punched off.
You can get your ass whooped. Like, just hit us up. You can hop on with us. Last 2 minutes, I'm gonna wrap this shit up. But, the first time I played this game, I think me and Deron played 31 matches, and I think I won one. You know what I mean? But that just show you my drive. Now we come back, I'm fucking nice as shit. And I was laughing and smiling the whole time I'm losing, bro. I'm getting my ass thrashed every match, bro, over and over and over again. But it's like, boom. In the back of my head, I'm like, bro, I'm learning all your little ins and outs of how to play the game, your techniques, and a lot of shit that I use now when I play the game. It's just shit I got from him. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you develop your own game. Then you come back to the same people that was teaching you, and they like, oh shit, like
how you learn that?
How they asking you how you do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, and I think to wrap it all up, I think that's what it is. Like, don't ever feel like because someone's better than you. You know what I mean? Be thankful that somebody's better than you because that means you can learn.
You gotta get
You know what I mean? Don't hate motherfucker when motherfuckers shining. You don't hate on the motherfucker shining. You know me because that motherfucker came from the same predicaments you came from.
Right.
Or maybe they had a extra help. But that don't mean shit, man. Just because that motherfucker got there don't mean you can't get there. That just means that you got to be 10 more times on your grind. 100. And you got to look in your motherfucking... Like Cat Williams say, man, Cat Williams to me is still the best comedian out here. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Yeah, he might have fell off. Y'all might like Kevin Hart. I don't give a damn. Cat Williams said, you got to be in tune with your star motherfucking player. That makes a lot of sense. Like, you got to be in tune with yourself. You got to know who you are, what you want to do, and you got to understand it's going to take time. Rome wasn't built in a day. You damn sure ain't going to be built in a day.
Yeah, it took you 9 months to come in this motherfucking earth, nigga.
Like, so what the fuck
think about the irony of that shit. It took you 9 months. Just so you can come out. You couldn't even do shit. All you was doing was shitting, crying, and pissing on your shit on yourself.
You was
Google
watering.
Ass, you know what I'm saying?
Your ass was like you was built. Your
bones won't form, nigga. You was a little blob. You know what I'm saying? You was like exactly. You was.
Somebody could have pushed your head in. You could have had like a little thumbprint in the top of your head. On God.
Someone on the cloud, nigga. That's the first podcast. We a little bit over fucking an hour. So, but you know, part 2, man. We probably go sit down and do part 2 now, bro.
Yeah.
But part 2 might not be posted for a few days. But
so,
this will be out tomorrow. This don't even need to be in there. Because like, I edit this shit out, but...
What you gotta edit?
Side notes, nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Part 2, nigga.
Bet. Part 2. So
next episode, we're gonna talk about some movies, some conspiracy theories.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of shit, man. But this is like just the beginning, man. Tempo on the Cloud, Conscious Contraband. Dego Peso signing off.
Kinkason signing off. Yo, 2018, let's get it, yo. Hop in the temple right now, man.
Stop
we giving out applications, yo. No fuck shit. Like, yo, whatever you want to do, you model,
just
draw.
Come to the temple,
yeah,
yo.
man. Just come to the temple, man.
Like,
just come fuck with us, bro.
And you gonna be your creative self. Ain't gonna be no motherfucking hindrance.
We whatever we can do to help the next motherfucker, we gonna help. Because I'm sure in many ways, all y'all can help us. Let's fucking get this shit rolling.
Come on, man. Stop bullshit.
Temple on Cloud, man. Much love.
Peace. That was a good one.